Hello, everyone. It is Monday. Happy Juneteenth Day. And I just am coming on because I am home today and I got to do a little bit of crafting. I had hoped to share this video over the weekend, but as always happens, the weekend got away from me. So I wanted to come on. I wanted to say a couple things really quick. I wanted to thank everybody that uploaded for Saturday Morning Makes. And for all the feedback I'm getting about trying to find everybody's videos. I think everybody knows now that if you're uploading to Instagram, you can always put @GreenwoodGirlCards in your post, and then I'll be able to see your post. And it'll go to my feed so I can be sure that I get to see what you've shared. I found out this weekend that if I am not subscribed to you and you're posting to Saturday Morning Makes, I don't get to see anything you do. So I just found that out because I found a new person and I wasn't subscribed to them and they've been posting and I didn't know. So make sure you add @GreenwoodGirlCards and tell me to subscribe to your channel. Okay, because otherwise your posts do not feed to me until I'm subscribed in Instagram. I did not know that. And it may be similar on YouTube because I found a new person on YouTube that I wasn't subscribed to. So I still wasn't subscribed to her, but her videos finally came up for me. I don't know why. Maybe because the algorithm is very random. I don't know. But I did want to welcome her. Her name is Katie Ann, and she has a channel that's Katie Ann and then the word designs. So you will find her on YouTube as well as on Instagram. Katie Ann, welcome to Saturday Morning Makes, and more importantly, welcome to YouTube. She is a brand new video maker. I hope you guys will go out and give her a big YouTube welcome as well as a Saturday Morning Makes welcome. She has fabulous content on her channel. She's already done 3 Saturday Morning Makes videos. Beautiful, beautiful shares. I hope that you guys will go and make her feel welcome to our community. Katie Ann, we're so glad you're here. And to anyone else who's new, whose videos I have not seen, please tag me so that I can see your videos. Send me a message, or the best way really is to go to my current Saturday Morning Makes video and leave a comment and tell me what your channel name is or what your feed is that you're posting on Instagram, Facebook, etc., and what your call sign is so that I can find you. All right, and that will also help everybody else because you can all come to my Saturday Morning Makes video and look and find people that way, okay? So that'll help the community to grow. I think community is so important when it comes to art. We're creating things and it's so fun to share them. And I wish it was easier to find everybody. The hashtag #SatMornMakes was supposed to help accomplish that, and it does, but we're still missing people. So I just wanted to mention that if you go to my channel, on my video and leave a message that you're new or that you're posting, where you're posting, especially if for some reason I'm not seeing what you're doing, please do that because it helps me. And I love to come see what everybody's creating. So I wanted to mention a few people this week. Atelier Vintage Rose, who's my friend Sandra, she did an incredible explosion wedding card. If you need wedding cards for the summer, wait till you see what she did. I'm not going to give it away. Go watch her video. It's fabulous. And she does a tutorial. It's 2 parts. And you will love that she shows you exactly how she makes it. And then Nettie of Nettie H Creates. Hi, Nettie. Hi, Sandra. She did some really cute fruit-themed projects. She got some new dies, a fry box and a hamburger box die. So go check out her video. And hello to her and Andrea, too. And Janna of Janna Stamps did avocado dyeing, and she did a tutorial, and I cannot wait to try it. I've always wanted to do it, Janna, and your videos really helped me out in looking at the process. So I bought my avocado. Now I just have to eat it so I can save the things and do the dyeing. So I'm excited to try that, and wait till you see all the stuff that she dyed and how pretty it is. And then I already talked about Katie Ann. Katie, we're so glad you're here. And then my friend Natalie Erickson did a beautiful wedding album, you guys. I just loved what she did and all the detail to it. So hello to Natalie. And then a really dear friend of mine that I've followed for many, many years, Beth Kalbach, she joined a swap that's the hashtag Summer Suitcase Swap. And it's hosted by @It'sADeal. And she did a really beautiful bee theme for her swap, and I just loved her project. So hello to Beth. It's not a Saturday Morning Makes project. It's, again, a summertime suitcase swap is the hashtag. And then I also wanted to say to everybody that did the Two Crafters One Design, it was to use cherry blossoms or a flower on your card. I did use a flower on my card, but I didn't mention it in the video, and I also had meant to add a couple little strawberry blossoms in here, and I forgot to do it. It was late at night when I was finishing this card, and I just totally spaced out. But I did use a little flower on my card at least, so it does fit with Two Crafters One Design, and I forgot to mention that in my video on Saturday. So anyway, getting into today's video, I am working with both the May and the June releases for the Recipe Stamp Club, Dianna Marcum's Beautiful Artistry for Adornit. And I had already gone through and shown you the May stamps. This is the Cowboy Beans set. I love this Sheriff Star. I haven't used it yet, and I love the little horseshoes. I did use the Howdy, and I used this stamp here. And then this is the add-on. If you order the Recipe Stamp Club add-on, then you got this beautiful image. You got the Yeehaw and the Giddy Up, the little bandana, and then this bigger horseshoe. So that's the add-on. And then this is the a la carte set. And this one has the word cowboy. And Dianna, I was really hoping you would also do cowgirl eventually. If you do some other Western stamps eventually, I would love the word cowgirl. But anyway, this one has some beautiful boots. This set here is my favorite because it reminds me of a pair of boots I had when I was young. And then there's this beautiful boot that's being used as a planter, and I did a card with that I'm going to show you. And then this, I made a couple pairs of boots with this, and I haven't used the pocket yet, but my friend Dee did a really neat project. She made an actual little like wallet purse using this stamp. So, and all of my crafty friends that are Adornit Ambassadors, there's Marilyn G, there's Jen of Strawberry Cream 39, there's Dee of Elegant Embellishments, and Cynthia, who's Jetta over on Instagram. She's also on YouTube. They all have beautiful projects, and more importantly, we have new people that we are welcoming in to, that Adornit will be welcoming in. There will be new designers, so there's going to be even more content for the 2023-2024 Recipe Stamp Club. So I'm very excited about that. I'm not going to announce names today because I'm not sure if Adornit is going to do a formal announcement. So I'll hold off mentioning everybody, but I just want to welcome all of them and tell them how happy we are that they're here. So very exciting news. So then let me show you the dies that I used for the projects that I'm going to show you for the Cowboy recipe stamp drop. So I use the XOXO border frame dies from My Creative Time. Hello, Emma. You know how much I love your dies, sweetie. And I am a designer for Emma's company also. I used her circle card add-on set, which is MCT D379. This has the 4-inch circle die as well as other circle dies that go really well with this 4-inch circle card die set. So I used both of these, and I'll show you the circle card that I made. I used the torn paper frame die layers, and I used the ones with the stitching. She also has the plain ones. So these layer together perfectly. So those are the torn paper frame die layers. And then from Trinity Stamps, which is a local Pacific Northwest company that I just love, I used their beautiful scalloped rectangles. So those are all the dies that I used for the projects. And then I mixed in papers from Arala Miha shop as well as digital papers from my digital paper collections that are on my computer. But I did use a lot of the papers from the paper release that they did for the Cowboy Recipe Stamp Club. So I did show these in my prior video. I showed them all to you, so you've seen them all, but just in case, I'll give you a brief glimpse. I can't even talk, you guys. Oh my goodness. This is all the papers, okay? So that way you can kind of see them. I've, of course, already cut into mine, and I've got scraps and everything all over the place. But that is everything that I used to create the projects I'm going to show you now. So let's start with this adorable circle card. A couple of you specifically asked if I would do a circle card. So this one uses that adorable stamp with the beautiful cactuses in it. And I don't know if you can tell, but I did, because of these little fronds that are on the stamp, I stamped the stamp underneath this die cut piece, okay? So I stamped directly onto this gingham paper, which I created the circle card, and then I cut that 4-inch circle in gingham to put on the top of my card base. And I then stamped the stamp and colored it in. Then I stamped the stamp and cut it out, and I cut off the parts where the fronds were just to make it easier to paper piece, okay? So that's a really neat trick you can do when there's an intricate part of the stamp that you don't want to fussy cut. You can stamp it directly on the paper and then layer the cut without that part over, and then you can't tell that you even did it. So you can see that I popped up the die cut, okay? And then, this is a new stamp that will be coming out from My Creative Time very soon. So I wasn't supposed to use it, and I totally forgot, and I used it. So Emma, I'm so sorry. Please, everybody, just ignore that that's there. But it's a really sweet stamp that says, "Missing you, my friend." And then I've been in kind of a mood to get inky and stuff. So I did some splattering just using, I'll show you how I do it. I just take a loose kind of writing tips to a marker. So it works best if you have kind of a bigger tip like this. And I just flick it on the cap end and onto my cardstock. And this is a brown one, but I used a green marker to do it. And so I just did a little bit of flicking onto this just to distress the front of the card and added some more interest to it. So I love how this turned out. And then inside, from that layering set for the 4-inch circle card layers, I used the scallop one, and I just edged it with some vintage photo distress ink. Okay, so that's how that one turned out. I love this little image. The cactuses are so cute. I love that. And then if you remember the video where I showed, I had showed you guys that I had made some sets of boots with the boot stamp. And I made a set of red paisley boots. And to get this here is done with an American Crafts marker that is metallic. Okay, so I used a metallic marker in gold and in rose gold. I think this one's the gold that I used on here. But that's what I used to kind of make the spurs look metallic, okay? And I added a little bit of the metallic on this one to the boots. But this one has that word howdy. I did some flicking with that brown marker that I just showed you. This right here, did I show that die? I don't know if I showed it. That is a die from Penny Black. And I think it's out on my table and I can't show it to you. But if it's a penny, I'm pretty sure it's a Penny Black die that puts stitching into the cardstock. And there are lots of dies like this on the market. Ellen Hudson carries some. And I think they were one of the first people I saw actually do a die like this. But there's also dies at IO Stamps. Anna White has a couple that do this, I think, in her collection for IO. But it's just a neat way just to add some detail to your background. You can see the scallop die that I used, which is from Trinity Stamps in the background there. And this is actually just a piece of cardboard that I had, a piece of product backing that I made the scalloped piece out of. And the only problem with doing that is it's a shiny piece. And so when I did my stamping, the stamping ran a little bit because it's got this shiny sheen to the card. So just be aware of that. Sometimes when you recycle items, if they have a sheen to them, you're not always going to get really crisp, clear stamping unless you heat emboss and are really careful. But I didn't want to do that, so I just left it. It's a little bit, a little more, shall we say, rustic looking this way. And this paper in the background is the strip paper from that Cowboy paper release, and I just love how that looks with all the bright colors. And then I added this rustic polka dot from my scrap bin that's on a wood grain background, and I thought that set the card off nicely. Inside, I used another one of those scallop pieces, and I just added a little bit of the red there, just from this same paper to decorate the inside. And then on the back, I added another piece of that polka dot paper, and I'm going to add one of the Lily of the Valley tags to the back here, but I haven't done it yet. So, so that's that card. And then you guys had also asked me to do a tag. So I did this kind of rustic tag. This uses just some cardboard packaging, and I added this fun brown paper that has all of the motifs from the collection on it. And this is one of Dianna's papers. I added the Yeehaw sentiment. I love that. And then this is the beautiful pair of brown boots with the spurs. And I stacked them up on top of this beautiful torn layers die from My Creative Time. And this is the stitched one. And then again, I used that penny black die that inputs these little stitches into it just to add some detail and some texture. Texture is really important to me, and you get texture from the cardboard as well as from that. And then I just did 2 holes so that this would hang like this, and I added a little stitching bow, or a little twine bow to it also. But this would be so cute hung over the handle of a gift bag in craft. And I have a lot of craft gift bags. I keep them on hand for when I have to give a gift. So I think this is perfect for that purpose. Or you could certainly, you know, write a happy birthday message or something for someone. So that's the tag that I made. And you guys had asked for both tags and cards and a circle card. So those are that. And then here's the other set of boots that I had paper pieced. This is paper pieced with an Arala Miha Shop paper. And oh geez, what is the name? I always want to call it the portrait papers. It stands in a portrait way, but it's a Petite Flower 2, I think is the name of the paper. And I linked it in my prior video where I showed the paper piecing. And I will try and remember to link it in this video down below. I try to put all pertinent information in the drop-down menu for you guys. But I love how this one turned out. This is actually a paper from the new pineapple release. And I just love the tone of this. I thought it picked up on this boot color perfectly. So I used an A2 piece of that paper right here and that Howdy sentiment again. And you can see how much crisper it stamps when you're using paper versus a shiny piece of cardboard. And then this is the other papers in the collection, this brown, as well as the oh my gosh, I can't think what that is right now. The wire, and then this is another piece of that toss print. And I love how these kind of all work together with the Arala Miha Shop paper at the base here. And then, of course, mixed into the boots. So that's this card. And inside, I use the XOXO border dies from My Creative Time, and then just a little piece of the Arala Miha Shop paper. On the back, I stamped and cut out the bandana also on the Arala Miha Shop paper, and I added the word Yeehaw, and this is one of the smaller XOXO border dies, and this is that wonderful paper from Dianna again with the wire. Oh my gosh, why can't I think what that is right now? Anyway, I have certainly gotten my hand stuck on it before. Anyway, so there's that card. Maybe the name of it will come to me again. I know I said it in my prior video. Anyway, and then my last card uses the beautiful Cowboy Beans stamp. I wanted to do a 4th of July kind of card for to send out to a friend. And this one is such a fun recipe, and it's a delicious recipe too. I've made something that is very, very similar in recipe for beans, and just so delicious. And I just love how cute this turned out. I did the metallic again with that American Crafts metallic pen. And I just think this is such a sweet image and a great way to celebrate the 4th of July or all of your summer barbecues. So perfect thing. You could certainly punch a hole here and make a tag out of this and use it as a gift on a hostess gift to a barbecue that you're going. And then in the background, this is a die. I think this is, it might be a Simon Says stamp die from back in the day. I've had this for many, many years, and I just thought that added some nice rustic texture to the card. This was just an old piece of scrap in my scrap bin, and this actually has some glitter to it, but it's a neat pattern, and I thought that texture went well with the boots. And then this is a piece of an old October afternoon paper that was in my scrap bin. Don't I wish I had a whole pack of that paper, because I just love these little red flowers. But that is how this card looks on the outside. I added this little stitched layer on the inside. I think this is from the greeting farm, and or not the greeting farm, from the greetery. I apologize. That's a die from the greetery. And I didn't bring it to show you because this was in my scrap bin and I just used it. And then I just used a strip of the paper that's in the background, this beautiful blue gingham. I used a strip of it down here along with more of the red paper that I used to paper piece the cowboy beans stamp. So that's how this looks. And then on the back, I did this beautiful wood grain paper. This was also in my scrap bin. I'm not sure where I got this from either, but I do need to add a little tag or something to decorate the back of this card still too. But I wanted to come on and just share all of these wonderful projects using all of the sweet stamps from Dianna Marcum's Cowboy release for the month of May. So I hope that you guys are inspired by these. Yeah, I'm at 20 minutes, so I'm going to share my pineapple project and show you the release for the June stamps from Adornit and Dianna Marcum in a separate video, okay? So thanks for taking a look at all my finished projects, and I will be posting these over on the Create with Adornit Facebook page for those of you that want to see them even closer than you did in video. And I'll be sure to share them to Instagram also eventually, okay? All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you're enjoying your Monday. Bye now.